So On does give them some engage. It's going to be Delight locking in the cow though, and it feels like this is a bit more of a stock standard composition.
Yeah, and unlike the last game, Gen.G has tons of prio bottom side. They have prio in mid, and even though Canyon's gank attempt
game.
Yeah, it actually is a little tough. I think you are just situations like this where you can get a man advantage and use the long range engage that you have available.
Not a lot of damage until Zeka gets here. He is finally going to come down. Bellow's breath is fantastic. Even gets the train on in. But Keen is still going to die. And that is first blood going over to Zeka. The risk is they're going to trade dragons 1-for-1 and trade turrets 1-for-1. First turret blood going over to Gen.G though. So they lock down that top outer.
Yeah, I imagine that they were looking to see if Keen was going to TP back in because they were hiding in fog. If he does TP, you have prio where they need it and are starting up this Herald, but there's the TP.
Yeah, it looks like Hanwha Esports, they've decided that now is when they want to start fighting. Decent buffer on the slice there from Doran as the Dominus does come on through. Lahan's going down extraordinarily low, but so's the Crocodile, and he's going to fall first. The train drives through, but Canyon's already dead. There goes the Blitzcrank as well as the Orn's starting to get amongst it. Delight has been tanking a decent amount as Pays just rockets out of there. Chovy should be able to get over this wall though, not quite enough with the Phosphorus Bomb to be able to take that one down, but he just taxis his way through and Delight is going to be A-OK. Viper with the shield from the Trigger Seed. As Peanut getting in a little bit of trouble, Pays can't tank up the turret by himself.
In a very confident, or rather a very decisive way, so Gen.G are probably feeling very good about the outcome.
Well, hook onto Daisy.
That's mean!
That is so mean. It is a fair bit of money.
It's good.
For Gen.G.
It's a very good hook.
Yeah, it does make a lot of sense, especially Peanut had just used it. The chain CC lands on top of him, the Ivan! Oh, they just took down his best friend and then they cut him down as well. Another hook! And that is the Azir! The main character of Hanwha Esports is just dead, and there's no way they're fighting this one. As the Dragon will go down as well. The second one for Gen.G, the first Hextech Drake of this series.
And where game number 1 was an extremely high-paced...
Find some way to rock it. 2 items for the Azir. You have a lot of great ways to set up fights.
Oh, once again onto Peanut. The hook is going to connect onto Delight, and he's going to use that to taxi forward. The Blitzcrank, certainly not very tanky, but neither is Delight as it turns out. Redemption to keep him alive, but it's Pays just raining frosty bullets into his backside. And Daisy will once again fall down. This is a 1-for-1 this time, both of the supports falling down. As a teleport in from Zeka, he just wants to take as much money on this map as he can find.
There are ways to blow up single targets, and there are ways for Zeka, if they get map control, to set up for flank angles, to set up for engages.
There's no turrets.
Oh dear. Yeah, there are a lot of bad guys coming, and Zeka does not have a lot of friends on the way outside of Peanut. The flash forward from Chovy. Oh, doesn't get slowed down by the volley. Good sidestep there, as now it might be Peanut going down yet again. He does get the brush for Zeka, who's trying to play it out. Pays almost falls, but it's Zeka that goes down in the end. Delight realizing there's no follow-up, there's no angle, as Lahan's versus Viper. From best friends to enemies, and he is going to ornaments being constructed. As we do have a start on this one, there's a lot of terrain for that arrow to fly through, and there it is, it appears onto the cow. Doesn't even press the R button, does Delight, so that is not really what they were looking for. Hanwha Esports had an inkling on the plate. Doran looking for a flank angle. As there's the curtain call. We have the Dominus come through as well, going into that backline. The Emperor's Divide is decent, but they're being cut apart. And yes, they get the Corki, but at what cost? And the answer is, yeah, everything.
Anyways, and Corki dies, sure, but like you said, they lose basically everything. And this might be
straight between the goalposts. Not going to be able to find too much more there. As Hook going to connect onto the cow, and Delight going to need to use the Unbreakable Will this time, but I don't know whether it's going to be enough. Thankfully, the curtain call is going to be there, and that does play some interference. Chovy just happily taking these shots, though it's just not doing that much.
But now you don't have your curtain call to really defend the siege, and Chovy's wrapping around. He's starting to put those arrows, and here comes the Ornhorn.
Yep, the train is going to come on through once again. Good double knockup comes down, but the redemption is there to keep them healthy once more.
All from Hanwha Live. The main thing is trying to deny the opportunity for Gen.G to actually take down inhibitors.
Not in terms of killing structures and killing turrets and trying to get the Tristana ahead, but you need to actually win team fights. You need to be oppressive on the map. Once you lose control, Baron goes down. Now Gen.G go, yeah, we get set up for the vision.
possible angle here, but this is a very tanky Keen, able to walk his way through the Emperor's Divide. The Stranglethorns comes in, the rest of Gen.G, they're making their way over, but it's just not quite in time. They'll take a consolation daisy, but they still lose their top laner towards the end of that little skirmish. But the arrow is up, and it's going to be thrown straight into Zeka, who's in Fog of War. There is a brush there to make sure that he is not going to be seen. Finally, they get a control ward through, but now, will it be Hextech Soul, which is probably game, or will it be a one-team fight finally for Hanwha Esports? Already Keen going down very, very low as Chovy trying to cut up Doran, and Doran just can't do anything. He's kind of a handbag in this one. They do manage to take down the Dragon in exchange for the Crocodile. It's a reptilian bargain, but I don't know whether it's going to work because it looks like after the deal is done, Gen.G trying to close this one out. The train does get one knock-up, but not onto the priority target as Zeka in the brushes once again. He has Emperor's Divide, but he uses, Emperor's Escape
And
instead.
a couple more of these, not just the Dragon, but the fights. But you want to get the most out of this, fight your way back.
Cryo.
Yep, Doran knows exactly what's going on, but what is one Croc supposed to do against this one? He presses the dominance, but Hanwha Esports are just a little bit too late, and that is going to be the Hextech Soul to come in. Doran is executed, and in they go. The hook is going to connect. Zeka goes golden, but that only buys a couple of extra seconds. The Emperor's Divide was by 0, I'm pretty sure, in that instance there, and now they're going to move on over towards this Baron and try to take that one down. Keen looking for a little bit more as Peanut will get knocked off the gate, and he is going to be able to take it here. But that is not going to stop this Baron from going down. Viper doing some sneaky stuff here, walking away, and is going to be able to take down.
Pretty consistently, right? Because there is so much CC and so much damage available. If you overstep,
Daisy!
already,
Oh, arrow once again going to be collected, but it's Peanut that's in trouble. He's isolated. Another hook! This time onto the Crocodile. The Sterix does nothing because he just can't move. And Gen.G, though, will be able to take down the top laner. That's going to buy them so much space. This base is just not going to last very much longer.
I mean, if you get slowed, he's going to hit that hook every time. And you have Hextech Soul.
And he's sliced to get out of the way as well, and then got hooked. There's no way you can do anything.
It's just doomed. It's just doomed in this one.
And the first inhibitor turret is going to go down. Inhibitor very short to follow. Minion waves prepared earlier here for Gen.G are now taxiing towards both flanking turrets here. And Hanwha Esports, is there anything? Is there any angle? The thing is, I just don't see it. I don't see what they're supposed to do in this situation. Another arrow going to be soaked by Peanut. The tree is felled once again. The cow follows suit. The pigeon's down. And Viper just has to look on in horror as his menagerie is destroyed. And the Nexus is going to follow. Ladies and gentlemen, in this grand final, it's turning into a best of 3.
These were the best highlights from today's LCK matchup. Click that subscribe button faster than Ramus can say, okay. See you on the next one.